just wanted to talk a little bit about my favorite guitar. That would be this guitar, my knockoff Rickenbacker 330 6 string. I built her from a kit. This is Lucy. This is my favorite guitar. Um, the only other guitar that I like nearly as much is Snow, which this was. Here, I'll just grab her real fast. No, I'm playing Lucy right now. This is Snow. She's a 222 from First Act. Uh, this is the very first guitar that I ever owned that I was able to comfortably play. It's called hypochondroplasia. It's a form of short-limb dwarfism. And one of the things that came with that is I was cursed with these tiny little baby Trump hands. Though, at least in my case, they're proportional. Anyway, so I mean, Snow was a gift from one of my best friends and one of the best musicians I've ever heard, Deborah Nowen. Hey, mate. Shout out to you, man. You, like my friends that I mentioned in the last post, are a goat. Rock on. Anyways, this is my favorite though. Not just because she has an even smaller neck radius than Snow does. Snow has it's like a 9 3/4 inch radius neck, whereas this is a 7 1/4 inch radius neck. With my tiny hands, I do need like a smaller necked guitar to play. Like I can play a full size guitar just fine. It's not the most comfortable for me, and I gotta kind of contort my fingers and hands in ways that I don't like. But, I do enjoy the guitar playing though. This is probably one of my favorite activities. I sometimes have nightmares that like I get into accidents and mangle my hands and can't play anymore. That would be terrible for me. I'm not the best or very good at all, but I do enjoy it. Anyways, I've always liked the Rickenbacker guitar because of the Beatles. When I got into the Beatles, that was right around when Anthology came out, I think. Because like the very first Beatles song I ever heard was either She Loves You or I Wanna Hold Your Hand, and that was fucking Ed Sullivan right there. February 9th, 1964, a record-breaking 70 million people tuned in here in the US to watch the Beatles play Ed Sullivan, and that was it. I can't believe that was 60 years ago. But ever since I saw that guitar, I was enraptured. I had to play a guitar because growing up, I either wanted to be Captain Kirk or John Lennon. And well, my eyesight, my height, my asthma sucks to your asthma. But anyway, all these things kind of like kept me away from being an astronaut. Shit happens, whatever. So I guess make art. I guess. But yeah, no. And I've always wanted a real rig, which I'll never be able to afford, obviously. But that's okay, because I kind of hope to find another. I built this one from a kit, I think. Did I mention that? Here. Well, I built this one from a kit. And I'm kind of hoping eventually when I can afford it again, if that ever comes, to get another kit and do the same guitar, or maybe like a 325 kit, because I think this is a 330 kit. I think this was a 330 kit, but anyways, a 325 kit, do it up in jet glow, like John's. Now, Lennon's, actually, was a thing. It was a custom job. Rickenbacker didn't actually do jet glow 325s until after 1964, because the Beatles, and specifically John Lennon, made it a thing that people wanted. But up till then, they just didn't do that. John had his done custom. And his Rick was his go-to guitar from when he got it in, what was it, like 1950, until it got stolen in 1965, 66. And I mean, for obvious reasons. But yeah, no, because of all of that, this became like this is my grail guitar. Well, okay, not Lucy specifically, but like a 325 would definitely be my grail guitar. And yeah, anyways, that's that, I guess. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for watching. If you watched this far to the end, then thank you for that. Obviously, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for subscribing, those of you who have. I do appreciate your support and encouragement. It keeps me going, doing this, creating art like this, if you can call it art. It helps keep me going. Basically, this is my outlet. This is one of the only ways that I can really deal with well, I deal with PTSD, depression, anxiety, and I'm autistic. And this is like a very, very, for me at least, this is a wonderful outlet. I do appreciate it that you guys are all, or those of you that are here, that, like, subscribe, follow me. It's great. Thank you very, very much. I do appreciate it. Much like my friends that I mentioned in the last post. You guys are goats. Am I using that right? I hope I'm using that right. Anyways, whatever. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much. And remember, folks, peace and love, always. Peace and love. Anyways, ta.